welcome everybody to the Michigan Women's Hockey Coaches Show live from Regents Field, and we are extremely excited to be back after taking last week off for Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We want to thank Regents Field for having us here, and we're very, very grateful. We want to talk today about the CCWHA matchup back versus Aquinas back on November 18th. Then we want to look ahead to a very busy Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the Michigan women's hockey team. Welcome, head coach Jenna Trebbiano. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I got to spend some time with family, which in season that's typically pretty hard for me. So it was good to see some people I haven't seen, including my parents and my brother. So yeah, and there was a football game. So
absolutely,
that was great too. I got to watch most of that. So yeah, all in all, pretty good.
Excellent. Besides the Lions game, Thanksgiving went very well, so that's
True.
okay. Hopefully they can bounce back coming up. And you ended up, tell us a little bit about after the Ohio State game and what happened. Where did you end up after the Ohio State game?
I ended up at Regents Field.
Nice.
So it was really cool. The place was absolutely packed.
I don't doubt it.
I connected with Jackie, who's one of the co-owners here, and one of my friends from the coaches site, which is the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, he actually gave me Aaron Wilbur. He was in town for the Ohio State football game, and
nice.
He wanted to meet up afterwards, so I connected with Jackie, and she got us in, so we got to eat a meal and spend some time together at Regents Field. It was fantastic. The atmosphere was awesome.
Excellent.
So it was really cool.
I can only imagine. I will admit I spent the entire the game pacing my living room. I couldn't even. I was too nervous to be around people. I was, and so thankful after the game was won. That was an amazing time. And similar feelings whenever we play Adrian or Indiana Tech or a top 10
Yes.
team. I get that same nervous. Luckily, I'm broadcasting, so I can pace up there and no one sees. So. Excellent. So I'm glad you had a great Thanksgiving, and my wife's family put up with me. Thankfully, we were playing the Packers and not the Bears because I was in Illinois, but that's okay. Back on Saturday, November 18th, Michigan traveled to the Southside Ice Arena over in Byron Center to take on fellow CCWHA foe Aquinas. Now, Aquinas came into the game 1-6 on the season, but it was the Saints who were able to cash in first when X-Line scored a wide angle shot from the bottom of the near circle and scored. That was at 7:21 into the first period that Aquinas took the lead. Now, Michigan had outshot Aquinas 64-10 just in the first two periods. In the first two periods alone, but it took until 13:02 in the second for Michigan to get the equalizer. Aquinas' goalie Romaine had an amazing game. Did the team have to adjust at all or use a different strategy or change where they were shooting to try and get past Romaine, who was just doing her best impersonation of a brick wall there for most of that game?
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Something that we did talk about, making adjustments, getting flash screens in front of the goaltender.
Nice.
Getting movement, creating noise, because she's very skilled. She's talented.
Absolutely.
If she's seeing it, she's going to stop it. So we needed to get more traffic in front and move the puck side to side and get her to move a little bit. So we did make those adjustments after the first period.
Fantastic. And it cashed in at 13:02 in the second. Katie Cummings comes off the bench. She skates right in front of the goal and takes a heavy cross check to the back. She goes down on the ice. She pops up. She gets the puck and then fires it in, which a pretty outstanding first goal for a Wolverine. What was the reaction on the bench to Katie Cummings' gritty goal?
A lot of excitement. Rewatching the game, I did notice that she took that cross check. So I'm glad she's okay.
Absolutely.
But for her to finally get that first goal off of her shoulders, and Coach Ned just walked in. So
absolutely,
he got to present her with her first goal puck, which was really special. And I know she was super excited, and everybody was excited for her. So I think for her, it was just a good thing to get out of the way.
Definitely.
Celebrate the moment, but with her, I anticipate a lot more goals to come.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Very, very skilled, and she'll definitely score them. It was just, boy, that was a heck of a 15-second sequence to make all that happen. And still, the team got the power play because she put it in before the delayed penalty was called, which was fantastic. And then at 4 minutes 30 seconds later, Keegan Gustafson shoots from the top of the near circle, perfectly places it in the upper right-hand corner. The assist goes to Izzy German, and Michigan took a 2-1 lead at that point going into the second intermission. Was the locker room a little bit more upbeat, finally wrestling that lead away from Aquinas in the going into the second intermission?
Yeah, something that we focus on between pregame and then between each period is just focus on 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
The game is all about momentum. So if we don't have the momentum, we have to figure out ways to create it. So we had momentum at the end of that second period, most of the second period, I would say.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of time on the power play, too, which sometimes can kill momentum if you're not capitalizing, even if you're getting good opportunities. But just focusing on 20 minutes at a time. So going to that third period, the message was we just have to finish the job.
Absolutely.
We're going to continue, rolling our forward lines and our defensemen. And we need to score more goals. So just focusing on 20 minutes at a time is something that we've been kind of focusing on all season.
Fantastic. And speaking of power plays, Michigan scored a pair of power play goals in the third, which was excellent. The first was on a 5-on-3 power play when Lindahl skated towards the end of the boards and then flipped it back where Gargiula was sitting right out in front of the net and fired it in. Gargiula was able to bury the puck and put Michigan up 3-1. Aquinas committed 11 penalties, as you were talking. Michigan on the power play a lot. Aquinas committed 11 penalties. Did you have to shuffle the power play lines at all, having them out there that much, or did you have to make any changes? Or because you're not typically on the power play quite that percentage of a game.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot. We didn't make a whole lot of adjustments.
Sure.
Typically, we've been rolling 4 forward lines and 6 defensemen all season, which on the forward end 4 lines is a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're well conditioned. So it was just a lot of opportunity to work on our power play. We're gonna make some changes that'll start tonight during practice.
Nice.
But yeah, I think our team is in really good condition, and that's a lot of credit to Rusty Barbell and the athletes themselves for holding themselves accountable. So we'll make some adjustments and hopefully see some more success next semester.
I mean, it's great to score 2 power play goals, and that's amazing. And then you're like, well, gosh, our percentage actually went down because we were on the power play so much, even scoring 2 of them. But you can't complain. The third, in the third, again, Michigan pulled away. The final goal of the game was at 6:58 as, again, Lindahl set it up. She got the puck, went behind the goal from the far side to the near side, fired it right out in front. Malashevsky was there. She slipped the puck just inside that near post to score and put Michigan up 4-1 in there. And that was Malashevsky's third goal of the season. Emma Johns got her third win, which was fantastic, and I'm pretty sure half the crowd was there just for Emma. She had
over half. Yeah.
Absolutely, she had a huge fan club there. Those poor people sat right in front of Ned and I, so they got to hear us the whole game. But that was fantastic. How happy was she to get that win in front of the hometown crowd?
I think she was really excited. So going into that game, Coach Joe and I, we knew she was going to start.
Yeah.
But how we deliver the message, it depends on who's starting.
Yeah.
And basically with her, she was like, oh, I don't have to know until like the lineup comes out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll wait and surprise her. But she actually approached me at practice earlier in the week. She was like, it's my hometown. And, I don't know if you know who you're playing yet. And I'm like, you got the game.
Yeah, there you go.
So she knew, and it was good because then everybody could start planning because she has a lot of family and friends out that way.
Definitely.
So it was really exciting to see just all the people that were there for her and all the people wearing Michigan stuff and cheering for her when they made the starting lineup announcement. So
it was fantastic.
that's what it's all about. So I'm super happy that everybody was excited to see her play, and I got to meet some of her family members too, which was really cool.
They were super kind, and
Yeah.
it was a live barn. It was definitely, everyone was cheering a lot, and
was.
it was great to have that big crowd there. So that game wraps up the first good chunk of the season, going into a little bit of a break for the holidays. How are you feeling so far about the team in this first set of games?
I think, building off of last year, we're obviously undefeated first semester, so we're going to look to continue that into second semester. Second semester is going to be a grind because it's a lot shorter. We're playing more games in a shorter period of time, so we're really going to have to depend on our goaltending duo to split responsibilities, and, we'll make decisions once we get to that point in however many weeks that is. But yeah, I think this is probably something Ned has said on the broadcast, or maybe he will say, but, our first-year students aren't first-year students anymore.
Yeah.
They have a semester under their belt, and we're going to be relying on them in tight situations for games, and we believe in them. So
definitely,
we don't have any freshmen anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the ability to roll all four lines can only help going
Exactly.
forward. And into some difficult competition in that second half of the season. Not that there's been any easy games yet, but that's okay. There never is. Anything particular that the team wants to get better at? I always ask you, but is there anything the team's kind of like focused on and wants to improve on in that second portion of the season?
For me, I can speak for myself.
Sure, yeah.
Our communication, we're communicating, but I think there are ways that we can communicate more effectively.
Yes.
Both on and off the ice. So I'd love to see us work on that. In addition, we're going to be changing our power play up, as well as our power play units. So we'll focus on that tonight. But looking at the calendar, we really only have 4 practices before the University of Rhode Island ACHA game, and we've got the scrimmage on Saturday. So we're really looking ahead to that next game, and then after that game, it'll be the next game, and the next game, and the next game. And I think we've got 12 games left before playoffs. So I feel good, but I think the break will be a good hard reset for a lot of players, just because just the stress of exams and everything else it's really high right now.
It is crazy how quickly a good chunk of the season has gone by. It's amazing. So, and I'm glad that obviously academics first. So I'm really glad the team gets a chance to focus and focus on those exams, especially the folks who this is their first semester, trying to deal with that first set of big exams and not have to worry about games at the same time is huge. So that's a very good thing. Speaking of the scrimmage, well placed, excellent job.
Thank you.
Michigan is going to get to play at Yost again 2 more times. So I know the children of Yost tweeted out that they were very sad they wouldn't get to go to more games before the new year. Guess what? You can check out a couple of Michigan women's hockey games starting on Saturday. They will be scrimmaging versus the Little Caesars Farmington Hills 19U AA team this Saturday from 6:30 to 7:50, which is 10 minutes before the Big Ten championship game, so you have plenty of time to go find a place to have a beverage.
Just Regents Field. I'm telling you, you gotta come to Regents Field.
We can have a whole row of people coming from Yost right to Regents Field and watch the game, and that would be fantastic. So please come on down. It's open to the public. We'd love to see a bunch of people there cheering on. And I know this game is specifically to help prep for Rhode Island. You talked a little bit about trying to work on the power play and things like that. Is there anything else that you're really kind of focusing on, working on in this game, or is it just kind of the items you mentioned earlier?
We'll focus on special teams and defensive responsibilities.
Perfect.
Like I said, we don't have any true freshmen anymore, so we're going to get players in situations maybe they haven't been in and see how it goes.
Excellent.
It's the perfect opportunity to do so. So I sent an email out earlier this week letting everybody know that our ice is done at 7:50, and I think technically kickoff is 8:17.
So that's plenty of time to walk down to Regents Field.
Plenty of time.
That's excellent. So. And if you're going home, you can just put it on demand and skip some commercials. You know, not that. Not that if we ever have commercials, you can skip them, but for that game, absolutely. So that's excellent. And then on Sunday, there's a little fundraiser going on. Tell us a little bit about that.
There is. So super excited to be back at Side Biscuit. Jordan's one of my friends. He's been in the area for quite a few years, and we played in the Ann Arbor Adult Hockey League together.
Nice.
But he's a huge hockey fan, and we're going to be at Side Biscuit at, I believe the address is 1232 Packard. It's sort of by Argus Farm on Packard, if anybody's familiar with that spot. We'll be there from about 4 to 8 p.m., and 15% of all sales will benefit our team.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, the wings are really good. They've got some hot stuff if anybody likes hot wings. There's also some vegan options as well. So,
Nice.
yeah, we're really excited to be back there. Dress warm. We'll be outside. We might have some sauce toss, cornhole, stuff like that. So
Nice.
it'll be a good way to interact with the team.
Yeah.
We'll have posters. We might have some merchandise too. So we'll be posting on social media pretty soon about that fundraiser.
Fantastic. So check that out. If you like wings, get out to Side Biscuit. It's a fantastic place. They have good dessert biscuits as well and great stuff. I think that's where the Caribbean kitchen used to be, I believe, back in the day.
I'm not
sure. It's been a
I'm
little
not
too
sure.
long. That just I'm old, and that's fine. So, but Bev's Caribbean Kitchen, I think, used to be right down there, and that was a fantastic place. So that's happening on Sunday. Check that out. And then on Monday, speaking of Coach Ned, the Michigan women's hockey team will play the Old Puckers, Coach Ned's team. It is a fundraiser for the team, but it's also open to the public. That is 8:30 to 10 o'clock at Yost. So how much fun do the players have getting to play in a game like that versus Coach Ned's team and probably get to just play and have some fun there?
It's fun. It's a relaxed environment. I think last year Coach Carey and I actually played with some of our team members against
Nice.
Ned and Joe. So that was kind of fun. Little bit of a cross team rivalry. But it should be good. Right now we're really focusing on that scrimmage. Obviously we've got practice tonight and tomorrow night. So focusing on what changes we're making. We've got the scrimmage on Saturday, and then after the scrimmage we'll have the really fun Old Puckers fundraiser event, and then students will be often studying and probably in the library for 12 hours at a time or whatever they feel they need to do.
Absolutely.
So it's a really positive end to a really good semester so far. So I'm really excited with how the scheduling worked out with that event. I know Ned's done a great job getting people involved and raising money for our team, so we really appreciate it.
That's fantastic. Now, giving Blue Day was just a big giving day was yesterday. So if someone does want to donate to the team, I'm popping this on you. Where would they go to donate to the team if they wanted to help out financially?
So on my social media pages, I've got our donation link.
Perfect.
It's like Leaders and Best. It's a giving basket, they call it. It'll say specifically for women's ice hockey within rec sports. That is us.
Nice.
Coming up in December, we also will have a Season of Giving fundraising campaign.
Excellent.
So for Giving Blue Day, there were some people that were interested in donating. So we had posted our link, but we'll have a more targeted campaign coming up next month.
Excellent.
For people that are looking to give at the end of the year, very similar to what we did last year.
Nice.
So we'll have that coming up as well. So I've got the links on my pages. I'm pretty sure within our team social link trees, our donation link is in there.
Perfect.
If anybody needs it, I'm happy to share it.
Absolutely.
Even just any donation, any share is greatly appreciated because our program is primarily funded by the players and fundraising
Indeed.
events. So any little bit helps.
And you can also help by buying fantastic merchandise. This hat, as a matter of fact, is something that my mother-in-law got me. So you can get that if you go out to the team's website. There's a link to the store, and they make fantastic holiday gifts. So that's another way that the team gets a portion of that from
We do.
Underground Printing, right?
Yes.
So that's another great way to look fantastic and support the team. So we'd love to see a lot of Michigan women's hockey gear all around town. That would be excellent. So this will be your last time to see Michigan at Yost, Saturday and Monday. Come on down. Then Michigan will be back at Yost on the 14th versus Rhode Island. I don't think we've played them since 2017. I I don't believe.
We played them last year. They came to the
Oh,
Yost
gosh,
last year.
that's my bad. Yep, I forgot that. I apologize, everyone in Rhode Island. But
that was the game where we scored 5 goals within like 2 minutes.
See, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It was crazy.
I need to take a little ginkgo biloba, apparently, but that's okay. But it's cool to see teams like that Niagara and Rhode Island and a lot of fun teams coming into Yost, and definitely get out there and check that out. Anything else you want to mention at this point?
Not at this point. Just really excited and proud of the team.
Absolutely.
Not just the team on the ice, but all the support, too, that we've gotten. It's exciting to see. We've got some exciting things coming up the next couple of days.
Definitely.
So it's exciting, and yeah, there's a lot of excitement. I'm excited to talk about our program every time. The same weekend we played Aquinas, there was actually the National Girls Hockey League showcase.
Yeah.
At the Cube in Ann Arbor. So between everything going on, the course of that weekend, I got to stop by. It's really cool to see. I think at one point, and I wanted to mention this on the show. So Mariana Ceballos.
Yeah.
She's refereeing now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
good for her.
she was actually refereeing some of the games that I was intending to watch. And one of the games, it must have been Friday or Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Or it must have been Friday. A team from Rhode Island was playing a team from San Diego.
Awesome.
At the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, being refereed by one of our players from Florida.
Oh, that's awesome. That is a
I would have
beautiful
never,
hockey world.
I would have never thought about that 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I'm actually going to head over to the Cube here momentarily when we're done, because Big B is playing Little Caesars AAA 19U.
Nice.
So I'm going to head over there. But yeah, there's just a lot of really talented women's hockey players in the area.
Absolutely.
And Ann Arbor is a big destination for hockey, whether some people believe it or not. The coaches site, they've had their event in Ann Arbor the past 2 years.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be having it again June 21st to 23rd, 2024. So really exciting to hear that they're coming back to the University of Michigan. But yeah, this is definitely a hockey town.
I love it, and there's a lot of opportunities. Go check it out. If you're looking for high school hockey as opposed to just the travel, the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League plays. I know right now we're broadcasting Pioneer versus University Liggett, so you can go back and watch that. My father's on the play-by-play, so we do our best to support them as well. So there's lots of great hockey around to check out and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to go to that game, but it started at 5, I think.
Yeah, it started at 5.
Pretty early.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was wrapping up my work day, and then I had to get down here. But, I could have gone from that game to the next game, back to Yost for practice. So, it's so cool what's going on right now in town.
We appreciate it. Thank you to my father for being there and broadcasting and being able to have a second group out there. We do want to thank Regents Field. Thank you very much for having us out here. Always wonderful. And thank you for fitting Coach in on Saturday after the game. That's fantastic. Thank you to everyone who came out to the games, especially Emma John's fan base, but everyone else who was there who said hello. We very, very much appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched. Thank you to you, Coach. Thank you for everything you do for the team, and thank you for taking time on a busy day to come and talk with us.
Thank you.
We're very grateful.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to continuing every Wednesday.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, we will return. And thank you to Coach Ned for putting up with me in the broadcast booth as well. So, so thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of the day. See you on Saturday down at Yost Ice Arena, 6:30. Check that out. It'll be a perfect way to enjoy some lovely hockey before the Big Ten Championship game. Take care, everyone, and have a great evening.